Bang, bang, chicken gang. Gamecocks got that win. Let's do this thing. And good evening. Good afternoon. It is game day, baby. It is Saturday game day. Wow, what amazing matchups we had all throughout college football today. It is me, the Southern Fried Gentleman of Southern Fried Sports. It's your man, J.D. Wyatt. Ladies and gentlemen, we have tons of opinions, thoughts, and everything else that I need to get to this evening. Holy smokes, though, what a day of football it was. We absolutely had a slate, starting with the noon games. And I had a slate that started up way before noon today, all right? So I had to get in college game day. We built a trampoline. We're getting some dishes ready to take to church. Homecoming tomorrow at my parents' church. Shout out to my mom, my dad, my family, my sister, my wife, my kids, everybody in between that make me who I am. I couldn't be here without any of them, and that is why this is possible for me to do. All right. It's possible for me to tell you guys about family, about the important things in life, and then to top it all off, the icing on the cake, we get to talk about sports, whether it be basketball starting up, Dalton Connect, Bronny James, Dalton Connect. Holy smokes, what a game that dude just had for the LA Lakers. Wowza. All right, and then Bronny James, he's been atrocious there for a minute. And he even had a game last night. But we're here mostly to get college football reaction today. It looks like I'm having some trouble on Facebook. I'm going to roll on. I'm going to see if anything's crack-a-lacking here. All right, so we're going to end the Facebook there. Don't forget, you can always find me on YouTube at Southern Fried Sports JD. Just make sure to put that and symbol before. You can find me there. We're going to see if we can't get back rolling here on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. But again, let's start off with the noon slate of the day. The noon game. Of course, I'm talking about Miami and Louisville. No, I'm just kidding. I'm talking about the Gamecocks in Oklahoma. That was the noon game today. And holy smokes, did the Gamecocks ever get out to a huge lead early thanks to 14 points by their defense. What a game. Shane Beamer never shot himself in the foot that game. He never made a bad call. Dowell Loggins, I do have questions about this offense. You can't go into a shell when you're up 21-0 early in the second quarter. At that point, it's time to put the foot on the throat. It's not time to go conservative. It is time to be aggressive. All right, and welcome back, Facebook. Sorry, I lost you there for a minute. Facebook, YouTube, Southern Fried Gentleman, Southern Fried Sports. We're talking about the noon game today, the Gamecocks and the Oklahoma Sooners. The first time that the Gamecocks have played in Oklahoma since 1948. And they had a guy named Steve Wadiak Cadillac. The only Cadillac I know of was from Auburn. So it was very interesting to learn that we had a Cadillac here in South Carolina for the Gamecocks at one point. What about the other noon games, though, y'all? We had Miami and Louisville. They duked it out in the second half of their game. 2 lead changes, 2 ties for the lead. I mean, that was just an epic game there between Miami and Louisville. And then, oh wait, hold on, time out. Back up. Flag on the play. Flag on JD. Flag on the Southern Fried Gentleman. I didn't mention some of the greatest things about the Gamecock game. 9 sacks by 9 different players. Nine sacks by 9 different players. Do y'all hear what I just said? Is that not crazy? Is that not out of this world insane? 12 tackles for loss. 14 points scored. Well, 12 technically. The special teams got the other 2. But that was, like I said, that's the best thing about the Gamecocks, though. They didn't have to do anything creative on special teams. The defense came out and ate like they were at a soup kitchen for free. Bro, they were gobbling. Shout out South Carolina Gamecocks defense. You guys are the truth. And so, yeah, I move on. Miami and Louisville had an epic game. Miami, of course, I think became benefit of another controversial call. We'll call it another controversial call. Not my words, other people's. I think Miami is just good. I do. Who's also good that played in that noon stage today? Clemson Tigers. It's kind of weird. They got out to these really fast starts a few games ago against App State, NC State. The starts have kind of slowed down a little bit, but the finishes haven't. They're still finishing with over 40 points a game now for every game except for the Stanford game when they scored 39. All right, that's close enough to 40. I'll call that 40. All right. And this Clemson offense, though, man, they seem to have found something. Now, would I like to see them play another Georgia or Texas or another one of these teams, maybe, other than an ACC team to prove it? Maybe. But I think they finally figured out something on offense, man. Those guys are kicking up. And so, yeah, listen, I was just trying to catch y'all in the middle of halftime here for the Georgia and Texas game. I did not want Texas to finish undefeated in the SEC. I didn't. We can't have that nonsense our first year. We can't have either one of them, Texas or Oklahoma, coming in and finishing undefeated. I don't care which one it might have been, but I'm just saying it couldn't have happened. There's no way you get to come from the Big 12, join the SEC, knowing all the dog fights of the games that we are having right now. There is no way you get to come and be like, oh, yeah, well, look, we went undefeated in the SEC in our first year. You cannot give anybody that feather in their cap, period. End of discussion. If you're an SEC fan, I don't care if you're Bama, Tennessee, Georgia, Gamecock, Missouri, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Florida, I don't care. Texas could not come in here and go undefeated to start the year. So I was hoping that Georgia would beat them this game. It looks like they've got it under control at this point. So we've got Georgia and Texas going on. We've got Clemson I've talked about. We've got Gamecocks I've talked about. Who else have I missed here so far? Michigan. They are not what they were under Harbaugh. Illinois just beat them. Illinois, Brett Bielema, good coach in the Big Ten, struggled at Arkansas, fired, went back to the Big Ten under Illinois. He's got that team back in the top 10, back in the top 25, and just beat a top 25 Michigan team. Y'all, Bama and Tennessee. Can I tell y'all the most annoying thing that's ever happened to me? I've been a Gamecock fan all my life. Shout out to Uncle Richard, Uncle Mark, Aunt Cindy, and all those folks, because Aunt Cindy is a Tennessee alum. And I told them a couple of years ago when South Carolina beat them 63-17, I said, hey, good game. Enjoy the win. I already chalked that one up in the L column. But Tennessee, y'all, their fight song, it just gets stuck in my head, dude. It does. And it's hard to beat. It really is. Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. I know my singing skills aren't great, but I'm telling you, those words will get stuck in your head. All right? So shout out to Rocky Top and Bama. Man, what a game again. Tennessee got their second straight win against Alabama at home. Alabama, though, man, hey, it's a different team between DeBoer and Saban, is it not? Saban's teams seemed much more disciplined. The Alabama Crimson Tide almost looked like some of the dumb penalties that our Gamecocks have caught. Yapping at the mouth for no reason. Machine gunning a quarterback for no reason. I mean, I don't get it. I know Kalen is a different kind of coach, but they seem to have lost all of the discipline and everything that they had with Nick Saban. We got Vandy. Man, how about these guys? They've been the SEC killers lately, and here they are tied up with Ball State. Typical Jekyll and Hyde situation. I mean, you just don't know what team you're going to get week in and week out. And then the one last thing I wanted to mention was our Furman Paladins. This is the one place, if you're a Furman fan, this is the one place where you get to say F you. Furman University. F you. And you know, they take it one step further. They'll even say F you all the time. Furman University all the time. Family show, like I said, people. Eyes up top. I'll never give you anything that isn't family friendly here on Southern Fried Sports. So speaking of Furman, they have a ton of injuries. Their football team is not what it has been lately. Hopefully they get back on the right track. I know that Clay Hendricks is a fantastic coach. They have just been the cream of the crop of the SoCon conference for so long. It's just very weird for me to sit here and say that Furman lost a homecoming game to Western Carolina. It's just, that's very hard for me to say. I thought Furman was going to handle business today. It just seemed, they made a playoff run last year, y'all. And here we are. They did lose to Wofford. Wofford almost seems to be the better SoCon team at this moment. There's still so much football left to be played, though. Of course, we've got NFL coming up. We've got the rest of Georgia and Texas to finish watching, y'all. I just wanted to get in here for a minute, say go Gamecocks, go Dens, Tigers, rolled again. Great game. Arkansas, LSU, let's see if it's close. Mississippi State put up a fight against Texas A&M. Don't forget, go to greenvillesportsmedia.com, thefurmanjoust.com, and dafangirls.com. You can check out all of their shows. We cover everybody. Oh, Army, Navy. Army and Navy, y'all. 7-0. Top 25. Killing the game. Let's go service schools. Hey, even Clemson seems like a service school at this point because they have the same amount of transfer portal players, which is 0. So go on ahead, Clemson, Army, Navy. Y'all go on ahead. Y'all go prove that y'all can do this thing with no transfer portal players. All right? And as for me, it's JD Wyatt, Southern Fried Gentleman of Southern Fried Sports. Hit like, follow, share. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. Go to greenvillesportsmedia.com. Thank you to everybody that's been here. Shout out to family. Shout out to everybody. Got some new sponsors coming up. Stay tuned. Y'all be blessed, not stressed. We'll see you all on the other side. We out.